bookish friends, welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures. Today I have a book haul for you. I have acquired 10 books from January through February. I'm thinking 5 a month. And I just received my last physical book that I'm going to get for the month. Please don't take the stand, buddy. That I'm going to get for the month. So I thought I'd do a haul and show you what I've acquired. I have 2 sequels. Have I read their first books? No. Did I purchase the sequels? Yes. I know it's an ongoing problem, but it's 2 compared to what it could have been, because a lot of sequels have came out that I wanted to, but I restrained myself. But I do want to talk about a book that has been all over my feed for months. So I did acquire, I think this was the first book I received this year, was Quicksilver by Callie Hart. US Today best-selling author. It says, "Do not touch the sword. Do not turn the key. Do not open the gate." 24-year-old Saris, I'm going to probably butcher this, Fane is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the strange power she possesses, or the fact that she's been pickpocketing and stealing the Undying Queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember in the land of the unforgiving desert. There isn't much a girl would do for a glass of water. But sooner or later, every secret comes out. When Cyrus comes face to face with death itself, she inevitably reopens a gateway between realms, is transported to a land of ice and snow. The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares. But it turns out the real Cyrus, they're real. They're real, and Cyrus has landed right in the middle of centuries-long conflict that might just get her killed. The first of her kind to tread the frozen mountains of Yavalia in over 1,000 years. Cyrus mistakenly binds herself to a kingfisher, a handsome Fae warrior who has secrets, nefarious agendas of his own. He will use her alchemist magic to protect his people, no matter what it cost him or her. I'm very interested in this. I did pre-order the sequel, I believe. I think it will come in hardback. I'm going to double check that, but if not, I'm going to pre-order it. I don't care if they don't match. I was hoping to get the paperback, so we will see. I am looking forward to it. It is a big one, though. I think it's a wide choose, but I don't know. I'm happy either way, but I do want to see what everyone's talking about. So that is interesting. Sorry, Louis just wants some attention. If he'll let me grab another book, I'll pet you. Let me just get this in my other hand. So I did get volume 9 of The Remarried Empress, and I have read it. So I did get one read from this pile. One. But that is okay. So this is a manga. It was originally, I think, published on Webtoon, and they have upped their game this year. And in previous years where because I hate scrolling like this off Webtoon to read these stories and to get the physical imprint. I love it. I should just buy the digital because I'm running out of room. But I've unhauled, so this haul makes me feel good. It is read. I gave it 5 stars, and I love Navier, and I've been checking Amazon every day to see if volume 10 is coming out this year. So there is that. Now I just got this release and it needs a little love. It just came out. It's Wooing the Witch Queen. I don't know why it got bent. It was completely fine. I had nothing on top of it. I think I'm just going to put a bunch of hardbacks on it, see if it fixes it a little. So in a gaslit world where hags and ogres lurk in a thick pine forest, 3 magical queens form an uneasy alliance, and love turns their world upside down. Queen Shaskia is a wicked sorceress everyone fears. After wresting the throne from her evil uncle, she wants one thing: to keep her people safe. She needs to spend more time in her laboratory experimenting with her spells. She definitely doesn't have time to bring in order to her chaotic library of magic. When a mysterious dark wizard arrives at her castle, Saskia hires him as her new librarian on the spot. Fabian is a sweet and a little nerdy, and his request seems a bit strange. When in the name of the divine Elvia is a fountain pen. But he's getting the job done, and if he writes her flirtatious, I cannot say this word, and it's going to drive me nuts because I know I can say it. Flirtarious poetry and innocent touches make her skin singe. Well, little does Saskia know that the wizard she's falling for isn't actually an imperial archduke in disguise. He's on the run with perilous secrets on his trail and a fast-growing yearning for the wicked sorceress. When his identity is finally revealed, will love save them or doom each other? And this is from Bramble Publishing Company. I originally didn't have this pre-ordered. This popped on my Instagram feed, and I could not contain myself. I had to get it. So I'm excited to get into it. I'm hoping to read that very soon. We will see the months coming. I do have another sequel, but it's another manga sequel, which there's only one more after this. I got the next volume of The Villains Are Destined to Die. Now, I need to read, and this is volume 7, I need to read volume 6, but I'm planning to do a reread of 1 through 5 to get to 6 to 7 because they only publish 1 a year of this series, which is sad. I highly enjoy it. It is about a girl who gets reincarnated into an Atomi game, but she gets reincarnated as a villainess, which was the hardest route in the game and has so many death flags. So it's her way of finding a love interest and conquering the death flags where she does not die, and I love it, and I'll talk more about it in that vlog. Now, this one is very popular. I've heard some mixed reviews, but I'm very interested in this. This is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, and it's her first sports romance. A competitive diver and an aged swimmer jump into the forbidden waters in this steaming college romance. There's a little Lou. Scarlett Van... What is with these names? Van Meer is swimming upstream, a junior at Stanford and a student athlete who specializes in platform diving. Scarlett prefers to keep her head down, concentrating on getting into med school and on recovering from the injury that almost ended her career. She has no time for the relationships, at least that's what she tells herself. Swim captain, world champion, and all-around aquatics golden boy Lucas Bloomquist. I'm just gonna say Lucas on discipline. It's how he wins gold medals, breaks the records, competes focused with every stroke on the surface. Lucas and Scarlett have nothing in common until a well-guarded secret slips out and everything changes. They start an arrangement, and as the pressures leading to the Olympics heat up, so does their relationship. It was supposed to be just temporary, mutually satisfying thing. But when staying away from Lucas becomes impossible, Scarlett realizes that her heart might be treading into dangerous waters. I'm kind of excited. I need to read Bride from Ali Hazelwood, and I have like 2 other Ali Hazelwoods right there, and Bride somewhere. I think it's in the back bedroom. So I definitely need to get caught back up, but I'm very intrigued and impressed that this got sprayed edges. I love the pool water, and I'm not going to reread reviews on it because I don't want that to taint it for me. I just want to go in and experience the overall goodness and form an opinion by myself. The next one is another manga, but I believe it's the finale of it. So it is My Gently Raised Beast Volume 9. And Blondina is basically a princess that's been living outside of her kingdom, and there is a panther race that are gods and have powers over humans, and Blondina's father wants to find a way to conquer them, and it's Amon's and Blondina's story of interacting with the politics between their 2 societies and very love interest. And it starts off as friends as a child. I'm excited because I do think this is the last volume, but if it is, that means I have a complete series and I will be finishing it out. So that's one manga series done for the year. Now let's get one of my sequels. I have the first book. I have not read the first book. I do plan on reading them in March, or I want to say hope to read them in March. So this just released. The Night is Defining by Chloe C. Pen. I'm just gonna say Chloe C. and show you the name. It's U.S. Today bestselling author of The Stars Are Dying. Look at those sprayed edges. And then look at this. Honestly, I might just leave the book naked. It's so pretty that I could not resist. And I was kind of waiting to binge read it. And March just feels like the perfect time to binge read the first one and the second one. And the aesthetic, the first one and this one, I think it might just be a duology, but I wouldn't mind a third book. It's stunning and I'm very happy with it. Now, this one I pre-ordered before the cover. Now, I do know it's kind of connected to her original series in this world, so I need to, I think this can be read as a standalone, but I might get the Kindle books of the others to read before I get into Immortal by Sue Lin Tan, and best-selling and award-winning author of The Daughter of the Goddess Moon. And I think this connects. Look at these end pages. And then it's kind of naked. It says, what the gods did not give us. I kind of wish that was foiled. It would have looked, I mean, you'd be able to see it better, let alone. Okay, oh, it is a standalone. A breathtaking standalone, romantic fantasy filled with dangerous secrets, forbidden magic, and a passion about a young ruler who fights to protect her kingdom. From Sue Lan Ti, I already told you that. As the heir to Tanzia, Lai Yin must ascend the throne and renew her kingdom's pledge to serve the immortals who once protected them from a vicious enemy. When she's poisoned, Lai Yin's grandfather steals an enchanted lotus to save her life. Enraged at his betrayal, the immortal queen commands the power god of war to attack Xian. Upon her grandfather's death, Lai Yin ascends a precarious throne, vowing to end her kingdom's obligation to the immortals. When she's summoned to the immortal realm, she seizes the opportunity to learn their secrets, form a tenderous alliance to safeguard her people, all with the ones she would fear and mistrust the most, the ruthless god of war. As they are drawn together, a treacherous attraction unites between them, one she has to resist, to not endanger all she's fighting for. Yet, with dark forces closing in around them, and her kingdom plummeting into peril, Lai Yin must risk everything to save her people from an unspeakable fate, even if it means forging a dangerous bond with the immortal, even if it means losing her heart. I love a good human falling in love with a god story, especially if it's the god of war. There's not many out there, and I just find it fascinating, and it's really, this is 400 pages, I believe. Yeah, 400 and some odd pages. It's so pretty, and I'm gonna probably sneak a review and see if I need to read the other books. If not, because it is a standalone, I really want to read this as soon as I can. It's right up my alley, and I want to get it read. And that was just released either this month or last month. Now we have a sequel, and it is the sequel to Five Broken Blades that I have not read. But I bought it because I did not want to miss out on the special editions, and I was very lucky to get the Five Broken Blades sprayed edges as well. And unfortunately, my copy from Amazon, my first copy, came damaged, and I was very, very sad. So I'm hoping to read this and 5 Broken Blades. I do know it's like 5 couples, not couples, but like 5 different couples. You read from their perspectives, go on the same quest, and whatever the quest is, they are tasked, I think it's to assassinate or steal something, which I think is more of a heist. That's kind of all I know about it, so I want to get into it, but I was so intrigued that I had to buy the sequel. I didn't have to buy it, I was just compelled to buy the sequel. So hopefully to get that read. They're not that big. Honestly, I probably could read this within a day if I truly didn't have an ADHD brain. I need to focus on it, which is very hard when I try not to, when I read, because mostly when I'm trying to read a physical book, I go play on my phone. So I'm gonna work at getting better at it, but that will be an ongoing struggle. Now, this one I just got in this month. It's Where Shadows Bloom by Catherine Bakewell, best-selling author of Flower Heart. I did want to buy Flower Heart. Flower Heart. I didn't. If I enjoy this one, because I think it's just a standalone, pretty green color. I think I will. Maybe just a Kindle, because I need to slow down on physical. So I might just buy the Kindle edition. Ophelia has dreamed all her life of entering La Chateau Enchanted, the mystery court of the god-blessed King Leo, where the shadow monsters that roam Ophelia's home never trespass. Lope has lived her life as a knight, defending Ophelia and her home from shadows, even as she pines silently for her best friend and dreams of escaping the monsters with Ophelia by her side. When the shadows venture too close, Ophelia's mother leaves to appeal to the king, but never returns. Ophelia sets out to find her, with Lope at her side, sending both girls on a journey neither could anticipate, one that leads them to the dazzling Chateau Enchanted itself, where lush, vibrant gardens bloom, and glittering dances are held every night in the honor of their immortal king. The darkness they fled is closer than they think, and it's waiting to tear them apart unless they uncover the secrets that are lurking in these gilded halls. So I wasn't gonna buy this one, but because I was, like I said, probably just gonna get Flower Heart. This called to me more than Flower Heart did, and I'm hoping to, that's most of all of them. I'm hoping to get to this soon. It looks relatively small to the point. Yeah, 400 pages. I feel like this, if I give it sole attention, I could finish this. And I think it'd be fun. It is YA, so it could be fast. So, and the cover is really pretty. I love the coloring. Now, the next one I was not going to buy. I need to get these books closer. Next time I film a book haul, they should just be right here. Because it's in Kindle Unlimited and I paid for the year, I needed an item the day, and this was one of the Prime items, so I got Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole, the Kinder's Curse Saga Book 1. The end pages are really pretty. I've seen this series kind of, I like the texture. I don't know how well. Maybe a little bit. That would be kind of cool if it was like foiled. It says something. I think it just says Spark of the Everflame. And then I think it says the author's name. I don't know if I would display that. I think maybe the title could have been metallic. At least then I could have seen it. So it says, when old secrets catch fire, everything will burn. In an immortal world colonized by gods and ruled over by their descended, their cruel magic-wielding offspring, Damon Belter yearns to escape the insane life of her poor village. Her mother's sudden disappearance and the discovery secret about her past offers Damon an unexpected opportunity to enter the world of the descended royalty and unlock the web of mysteries her mother left behind. With the dying king's handsome and magic heir watching her every move, a ruthless rebel alliance recruiting her to join their growing civilized war, Dame will have to navigate the unwritten rules of love, power, politics in order to save her family and all mortal kind. There is a bonus chapter with this edition. These books are sounding very similar that I chose to buy the more I read them. And the last one's another book about Fae, so I must have been on a kick. Now, this has popped all over, and I was going to buy the paperback, but the paperback did not have this copy. I could buy the Kindle back, but I wanted the physical edition of this book because the cover was so pretty. The downside is I was accidentally bought two, and I'm not counting the other one as hauled because I'm going to give it to my sister. If not, I'll probably sell it. Fierce heroine and inhuman heroes, loves that can turn the tides of fate, mortal enemies to a monster lover is a serious fantasy of standalone romance novels by 6 fantasy romance authors, designed to be read in any order. Together, they feature steamy enemies to lovers, romances with non-human love interest, and a complete HEA for each story. With vampire shifters, frost kings, naga, shadow wraiths, as well as morally gray leads, force proximity, epic quest, more, these are scorching romances are bound to keep you turning pages into this late night collective, all 5. Slaying the Conqueror by Carissa Brabant, Slaying the Shifter Prince by Claire Seeger, Slaying the Frost King, Candace and Ellie Beaumont. It's Candace Robinson and Ellie Beaumont. Slaying the Naga, Jessica M. Butler. Slaying the Shadow Prince, which is probably the next one I wouldn't realistically buy, by Helena Schooner. Oh, it was on the back. She's willing to sacrifice anything for her revenge, but she thought she was only gambling with her life, not her heart. Ariel performer Zeta has dedicated 10 years of her life to one thing, and one thing alone, vengeance. Armed with an iron blade, she must take this to the Silks and give the performance of her lifetime to kill the notorious Prince of Monsters, the Fae, prince responsible for her sister's death. Sorry, that doesn't look straight, and Louis made a blanket. Alright, I'll straighten that up later. That's why my bed's a mess. He likes to make beds. But when Zeta's plan fails, she finds herself in prison, sentenced to be the prince's pet as punishment for her crime with a cruelty as sharp as his claws. Sepnir is everything Zeta's expected from her enemy, yet he's also patient and obsessive, particularly when it comes to his pet's punishment. Nevertheless, Zeta refuses to surrender, not even to a Fae prince. Zephyr may have to collared her, but nothing had stopped her from getting her revenge, not even at the cost of her heart. Full of claws, curses, and a deadly game of cat and mouse, this is twisted reimagining of Beauty and the Beast. It's perfect for the fans of A Court of Thorns and Roses and The Cruel Prince. I was going to say ACOTAR. So that is good. They all kind of come on a theme of Fae, gods, vengeance, curses. I wonder, was I in a particular mood when I pre-ordered these? This was not a pre-order, but I think other than the one I already gave 5 stars, which was the Rebirth Empress Volume 9. I have high hopes for all of them. I think this could be a 5-star. It's big enough that we can get a lot of political intrigue, and I would like to see what the hype is about. So those are the 10 books I have bought in the months of January and February. So I'm doing good of having books bought, but I've read 17 so far, plus the ones I have not added to Goodreads. So I'm doing good. I'm hoping to do another, I think I have 5 pre-orders coming in March. So I need to get cracking down, and they're physical orders, so we need to get cracking down. So I'm hoping you have enjoyed this video. If there is any titles you recommend me reading first, I'd love to hear, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.